Welcome back to HKIBC News. The Mainland reported 166 locally transmitted COVID cases yesterday, up from 110 on Monday. Most of the infections were in Henan province, which is battling outbreaks of both the Delta and Omicron variants. The city of Anyang placed about 5 million residents under lockdown on Monday. Authorities believe the latest Omicron cluster was triggered by a student who traveled to the city 2 weeks ago, but it was only discovered on Sunday. 33 cases were reported in Tianjin, 8 in Shanxi, and 7 in Guangdong. Health experts have cautioned against repeating booster doses as more countries roll out a third dose. This came as some places dropped the carrot and are using the stick to boost vaccination rates. Sarah Wang reports.
People who refuse to get vaccinated against COVID will soon pay a price in Quebec. The Canadian province plans to impose a health tax on those who shun the jab for non-medical reasons. The aim is to balance the burden placed on hospital staff because of a surge of infections driven by the contagious Omicron variant. Quebec is not the first to hit vaccine holdouts in the pocket. In Austria, those who flout a vaccine mandate can be fined up to $4,000. And Singapore has refused to flood the COVID treatment bill for those who are unvaccinated by choice. The Philippines has gone a step further by borrowing the unjabbed from public transport in the capital, Manila. Indonesia, meanwhile, has joined a growing list of countries to launch a COVID booster campaign. The elderly and the vulnerable will get priority for a third dose. But the European Medicines Agency warned that frequently repeating booster shots could have an adverse impact on the immune system.
We cannot really continuously give a booster dose every 3-4 months. Of course, when it comes to the vulnerable, and if you mean with that immunocompromised, that would be a bit of a different story.
The World Health Organization concurred and urged scientists to develop a new jab that could provide a broader immune response and stem transmission. Sarah Wang, HKIBC.
The top U.S. banker says the Federal Reserve is doing all it can to contain sharp price increases. At a Senate confirmation hearing for a second term, Jerome Powell said inflation is threatening job creation in the United States.
If things develop as expected, we'll be normalizing policy, meaning we're going to end our asset purchases in March, meaning we'll be raising rates over the course of the year. At some point, perhaps later this year, we will start to allow the balance sheet to run off. And that's just the road to normalizing policy. That's what we're going to be doing.
The Hang Seng Index jumped 2.8% today, its biggest percentage gain in 3 months, after investors felt that the comments by Jerome Powell were less hawkish than expected. JD.com climbed 11% as tech shares led the rally. An index tracking the sector logged its biggest jump in 12 weeks. Food delivery platform Meituan gained 9.1% on expectations by market watchers for investment funds to stock up on tech shares. E-commerce giant Alibaba was another major winner, climbing almost 6%. Now let's take a look at the markets. The Hang Seng Index was up 663 points. To the top 10 active stocks, Tencent up $20.80, Meituan up $19, Alibaba up $7.40, Tracker Fund up 64 cents, JD.com up $30.20. AIA up $2.80, Wuxi Bio up $5.10, Kuaishou up $5.15, and BYD Company up $18.40. To the Forex trading against the Hong Kong dollar, the euro is trading at 8.85, British pound at 10.63, and Australian dollar at 5.62. Over in the UK market, the FTSE 100 is up 42 points. Inflation has eased on the mainland, with both factory gate prices and living costs falling last month. Government efforts to control rising raw material prices helped the Producer Price Index restrict its growth pace. The index rose 10.3% from a year ago, but was 1.5 percentage points down from November. The Consumer Price Index gained 1.5%. smaller than November's increase as food prices continued to fall. For the whole of last year, consumer prices grew by 0.9%, well below the government's inflation target of 3%. On to the weather now. Tomorrow will be cool in the morning but fine and dry during the day. Temperatures will range between 15 and 20 degrees. It will be mainly cloudy on Friday until the sun peeks out on Saturday. Now let's take a look at the weather around the world. That's our main news for Wednesday night. Join us for more news at 11. I'm Johanna Chan. Good evening.